Oh, there's a shot of me in the intro.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Disconcare here, and welcome to episode 8 of Heroes Untapped Premier Edition, coming to you with a kind of a swanky new overlay, so you guys can get a little bit more close and personal with the fantastic people we bring on the show. So don't worry, it's not going to be full frontal disco all night long. We are going to swap in some of the other guys on the show. So it's everyone, let's introduce who our amazing panel is this week. First up, we have the co-host with the mostest, always rocking up each week with the most exquisite and the best guests in the whole of the ANZ region. It is a Blank Hots. Blank Hots, good sir. How you going?
I'm going fantastic, Disco. Thank you again for having me as your amazing co-host. It's been a good long year. We've been doing this for about a year now, I reckon.
Yeah, something like
together,
that.
You and me. It's been quite a wild ride. We've had a fair amount of guests on here, and tonight's no different. On my left, left. You guys are on my left, aren't you? No, you're on my right.
Right.
Oh, you're on my right.
Your other
put
left.
me on the big screen, haven't you? You put me on the big screen. You were on my left, Disco. Now everyone's on my right. On my right, we have Touch Me. Touch Me, how are you going tonight, buddy? Welcome.
Not bad. Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you for being on the show. Tell us a bit about yourself, lad.
I just play HOTS for fun. I don't play much anymore, but I guess kind of follow the scene and whatnot. I know HOTS is just burning me out, so I've been busy doing other stuff.
Fair enough. And below Touch Me, we have the amazing Ether. Ether from ANZ Heroes. How are you tonight, beautiful girl?
I'm good, thanks. I just finished up streaming earlier today, so that's pretty exciting.
Did you enjoy your stream? Did you get some awesome W's?
No, actually, I mean, I lost a couple of those last games, but the first one started out okay.
And last but not least, Ultivian, the Crimson God himself. How are you, Ultivian? Welcome to tonight's Untapped. Thank you for joining us at such last minute, well, not last minute notice. We've been talking about it for a couple of weeks now, haven't we?
Yeah, just been obviously very busy, but thanks for having me, and yeah, I'm doing good.
No problems at all. Tonight we have got an amazing show for you. We've got a lot of content to get through, some fantastic guests. We're going to start off talking about the first game of tomorrow night. ANZ Premier League. We're going to have let's stop that for a second. I don't know how far Disco's got with his scene setting up. I'm just kind of keeping an eye on him. And,
if anyone's wondering what's going on, it's because of this new overlay tonight, it takes a little bit longer to set up, and I didn't realize how long it was going to be, so I'm kind of frantically in the background trying to give everyone their own little focus shot. If everyone's wondering what's going on, but moving to Blank, let's look at the ladder and let's see where everyone's standing from week 3 of the HGCANZ Premier League.
And we got the ladder graphic.
The ladder's coming up, and look at that, the rightful kings. It's been such a long time that they haven't been on the top, but only because of the way the system is structured. But Nomia finally take first place on the ladder, currently sitting at 5 wins, 0 losses. Crimson has been basically the top spot placeholder, or the seat warmer, I guess you could say, for Nomia for a while now. Dropping down to second place, but still with an admirable score of 4-2, 4 wins, 2 losses. Outlaws has moved up slightly in the ladder, maintaining their third place position. We got Downfall finally falling to I think we're starting to see them average out now where they are actually as a team. And then following up there, we have Aztec with no movement, holding that 5th position. Quick Match Warriors, surprising, coming up to 6th place. Most people rating them as a pretty low-end team. But they're showing us that they've got something special, and they're improving each week. Rich Gang falling to 7th position. And then on the bottom, warming that place is Mprox, who have yet to claim a victory yet in this tournament, Blank.
That is very, very true. As you mentioned, Nomia, 5 games played, undefeated. Over the last couple of weeks, the ladder has been a bit skew-if. I won't say skew-if in terms of Crimson not being deserved of that top spot. Sorry, Ultivian.
That's all right.
Oh, you're on this side of me again. Jesus Christ.
I'm everywhere.
I don't know anymore. I'm pretty sure you're on this side. Yes, you're on my right. God damn it, Disco. Stop moving me around so much. Yeah, so you've played a lot of good games. You should be up the top there. I think Nomi are just too strong at the moment, and they are good and solid in that number 1 spot. Did you guys see the game? We got to watch the last game of the 3-game series between QM and Downfall. Did any of you guys get to watch that?
I saw it.
Ether, touch me. Any points?
No, I didn't see
I
it.
didn't actually get to make it, unfortunately. I've been really busy.
No, that's completely fine. Well, we got a sweet little taste of an extra game on the Tuesday night where we got to see the QM Warriors take on Downfall in their third game of the series, just before we went to the game between Downfall and Nomia? No, I can't even
I believe
remember.
us and Nomi, I think it was.
Yes, thank you.
No.
Thank you, Altivian. Was it?
I think.
You don't even know. I don't even know. Who even knows? But,
'cause
yeah.
we weren't meant to be on stream first, and then our games finished, and then I think he caught game 3, and then they went from
Yes.
that game to versus Nomia in round 2.
Thank you. Yes, that is correct. I remember a little bit of it because I was kind of in the back end before all the swearing, getting that third game going. And we got to see QM Warriors take on Downfall. What did you guys think of that game? Did you think that Downfall were going to win it?
That was on BOE, right?
No, the last game was... no, the second game was on Braxis. The last game, I believe, was on BOE, yes.
Yeah. Can't really remember who I thought was going to take it at the time. I remember watching it with everyone, and we were just cheering for... I don't know who we were cheering for, whoever we were cheering for.
QM Warriors, you know, the guys that didn't take you 2 games to 0.
Just out of like meme, I guess. I don't know who we were cheering for, but
It was a really exciting
know.
match, the Downfall, Downfall versus Quick Match Warriors. We've been talking about them lots since the season. Like, they're just so exciting to watch. And to see them last week, it's like, they're so exciting, man. They're getting so good, but there's just something about them that they just haven't quite gone over the line. And I really feel last week they did that. They brought that to their game. They finally figured out, we have to respect, we have to play, a consistent game the entire time, and we need to prioritize what's going to win us the game at the later stages and not look for what I call extra value moments, which I think is what a lot of teams lose out in HOTS. They go, instead of just trying to secure a main stake winning condition, they go off and they try and be greedy and go, well, we'll grab mercs while trying to cap the objective. And, they basically put getting too greedy. I think Quick Match Warriors have finally ascended to the next level of play. And the next few weeks, it's just going to be so amazing to see how far they go. Like, I easily put them now as probably a fifth, fourth position team, as opposed to before where, I had them at 7th. I'm sorry, guys. I had you at 7th.
I mean, that's a good point to bring up. Like, Quick Match Warriors have Leica, and although I didn't get time to see the matches last week, Leica has constantly impressed me with his tank play. I think he's definitely someone to watch out for.
Yeah, I can 100% agree with that. But you know what, Blank? I think we should just go straight into the first match of this week, and see.
Yeah, well, it's the first one streamed as well, Disco. QM Warriors, we were just talking about them, taking on Outlaws in game number 1 on Tuesday night. That is tomorrow night on the Blizzard_ANZ Twitch channel. Outlaws have won their last game. They've won 2-0 in the last week. Against whom? Your notes are very, very hard to read, Disco.
That should be pretty straightforward.
Outlaws won 2-0 last time in week 1.
In their last matchup.
Okay,
against each
okay.
other.
No, they haven't played against each other yet. This
No,
is their
they
first
have.
game against each other.
No, this is.
They're not supposed to play each other again until later on in the season.
Well, that's not what the schedule says. The schedule is
Oh,
Match
that's
Warriors.
broken. Well,
Yeah, they
on
versed
the
them
side
on
of
Thursday.
QM Warriors.
They
on
versed
the
them on
side of
Thursday.
QM Warriors, what's? They versed them on Thursday.
The first Thursday ever, week 1 Thursday, they versed and went 2-1 because I believe QM didn't show up to the first match or something like that.
Oh, that's right. This is FaZe's rigged bracket. I remember.
Yeah.
So in QM Warriors we have Tommy, Madhack, Sorelli, Leica, and Avelu. Ether, you were just talking about Leica and how strong he is as a tank. Rob mentioned on Good Call, Bad Call that he was actually the #1 ranked tank in the comp. What are your thoughts on that?
How did he work this out? Like, what did he use to decide he was the #1 ranked tank?
Because Ether wants to
Just
say
like
he's wrong.
No. Is that just like ladder rankings?
I don't think there was any real rhyme or reason behind it, just basic gameplay.
Okay,
In terms of tanks in the season, in the competition, I do think that Leica is one of the strongest out there.
Yeah.
Especially now
think,
that Rob.
Yeah, same here.
KVA though is pretty impressive. Like if you read the year in review article I did, Skimmy dropped a cheeky shout out to KVA,
His
who
boy, housemate.
he named as the #1 tank in AZ.
And was
think
that
it's
just
the
a housemate preference?
Yeah, definitely that.
What about
It's pretty
good old
solid,
Penta
though.
from Nomia?
Yeah, I
It's
think
between
Kent is
those
pretty
two,
good.
100%.
I don't want to be toxic, but there
That's
was
what
Say whatever
someone
you want,
says
it's not
just
toxic.
before they become toxic.
when I think of
it's not
Penta, I just think of that time Anubarak burrow charged into a camp that was being taken and just got like
Grand final last
instantly
year.
deleted.
No,
Yeah,
that was the grand
yeah.
final last year against Darksided. There was a big play made. Nomi had just picked up the boss in the top lane on Cursed Hollow. They rotated down to do their Seeds Giants on their side, and Darksided invaded. And all it was Penta literally burrowed underneath the ground into the siege
We
camp.
love you, Penta.
Yeah.
And
And he found
Darksided
everyone.
was there. It's like, these aren't Siege Giants. This is the enemy team. And you could just see.
Although,
Yeah.
I was going to say, the only thing in defense for Penna is I think the growth
only
from
thing.
Sydney to now, from every single
Yeah.
player that was at Sydney, is huge. So, like, I reckon he's the best.
Yeah.
at the moment.
No, he's definitely good.
It was. It
Yeah,
was.
but in my
meaning
books, Leica's the best.
Except everyone thinks
I
Leica's the
know.
best.
For me, I rank Leica
Yeah.
as the best tank in the region, easily.
That's #1.
Well, we've deviated a little bit, but we're not talking about the best tank in the region. We're talking
Yes,
about the
true.
game between QM Warriors versus Outlaws. Outlaws having the likes of Lahal, Icebold. God, stop me. I got
Gondo,
roadblocked right there.
Coffee,
Gondo, Coffee, and
Hiccup.
I spoiled Lahal Hiccup.
Hiccup. Thank you. Who do we think is going to win this one? I mean, I know who I'm feeling, but I want to see what you guys think first.
Well, you know what they say, Blank.
Altivian.
Sometimes, like when you watch the replays and stuff, when you watch replays and stuff, you've got to wonder why there are some. No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Anyway.
Altivian, what are your thoughts? Who's taking this game and why?
I reckon in the whole series, Outlaws will win, but I wouldn't be surprised if QM take a game off them because Outlaws have pretty huge inconsistencies in some of their players. So I think if they lose, it'll be because they make a huge mistake, but I think they will win the whole series because they're better.
I think that's
Esther?
pretty accurate.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's pretty summed up. It's not very exciting, sorry.
Is there any differentiation on your thoughts?
No, I'm expecting a pretty close series. I definitely think that Outlaws will probably take it out, but I don't think they'll give quick match. Warriors will give it up without a fight.
Yeah, in terms of cleanliness, I have no idea what to expect, but that's just my end result, I think. Yeah, I agree with you there on there. Might be a bit of
Touch
a
me?
fiesta.
I reckon it's going to be a close game. First game, second game. But I reckon Outlaws is still going to win. I don't know. I don't think Leica can pull it off. Carry his team.
You don't think
I don't know.
Leica can
Like-
carry his team?
Because when I watch Korean Warriors play, sometimes they do questionable things like Leica wants to go in but the backline wants to do something else.
Hmm.
And because of that, I reckon it's going to cost them. I'm not saying that Outlaws is as organized too. So
Well, I think you're 100% right there. Like everyone was saying, you know, it's going to be. I don't think the game's going to be clean, and that's the trouble, right? Is when people make those mistakes. Outlaws and Quick Match Warriors both make mistakes. Outlaws have definitely been more consistent when they're not fighting the bigger teams, but they have dropped maps to what we'd consider lesser teams. You know, so if Quick Match Warriors can keep their game together, and like Touch Me have said, you know, if the team can agree on the same play and follow through, I think we're going to see definitely see a Quick Match Warriors win. But I think I personally feel that Outlaws is still going to come out just a little bit ahead, just because they're just a bit more. They're a bit more seasoned. You know, they played a lot more game against tougher opponents and have presented on the day. Quick Match Warriors haven't always presented.
Well, I think it's going to be a utter stomp, in my opinion. Outlaws are going to clean the floor with Quick Match Warriors. I think Like is a great tank, but as a player just on his own, I mean, I don't think it's enough. I've been putting a lot of pressure on tanks over the last couple of weeks, and if they can stand up, then their team will get over the line. That hasn't been the case with a lot of the games that we've seen, and a lot of it's come down to the support players, the assassins, everyone as a team, and it's more about that team synergy. And I just think Outlaws have a little bit more structure, a little bit more leadership with the hull, and I think that they are going to 2-0 them very, very easily.
Fair enough. So
any last thoughts on that one, on Quick Match Outlaws? Disco?
No, I mean, I think that's it. I mean, the big game for Quick Match Warriors following afterwards is they actually have to go from Outlaws into Nomia on the same night. What a cancerous event for them. That's the only way I can explain
2 games
it.
in one night. You know which team doesn't have 2 games in one night? Downfall.
Ever.
Flay's made the bracket. Most stream time, no 2 games in one night, and I think no whole week off. Just saying.
We'll talk about match 3 in a bit, but we're talking about Nomia versus QM Warriors at the moment. Nomia with the likes of Fat94, John, Vanilla, Ryu, and Penta, and Disco. QM Warriors, who's on them? We just talked about them.
Well, Quick Match Warriors, obviously it's Tommy, Maddox, Saralee, Leica, and I love to say his name is I Love You, but it's I always get it wrong. I value.
Value.
I value. I like saying I love you though. It sounds so much better. I value.
Hearing you say I love you on stream every time you're casting a game of theirs is amazing, by the way.
It's like the kinetic way to say it, right? That's what someone told me. It's the kinetic. It's the kinetic of phonics or some fancy phonetic. Yeah, I don't know. Kinetic. You know. I'm dyslexic. Help.
I don't know about that. If that's the intention, I'd love Evelu to step up and tell everyone that, but I don't think it is his intention. I think his name is Evelu. But between Nomia and QM Warriors, I think this is going to be another stomp. It's the first time either of these sides have faced each other, and Nomia haven't lost at all this entire season. So,
and I don't think they're going to lose at all this entire season. I mean,
They did just say that they're using a sub, apparently. I mean, I don't know if that's enough. Yeah, I don't think that's enough to really.
Yeah. It's not like they're gonna get like a scrub off for a sub. It's like, oh hey, little Johnny Bronzy, do you want to come play for us?
Yeah.
Well, man, how bad?
Hey, Xylance, come pick somewhere.
Yeah. Well, they got Jim Jam in was it preseason? No, not preseason.
Yeah, they can't now because he's playing for Rich King. I don't know who they'll get. But
that was last year. That's right. Last season. But they have used subs before, and it hasn't really tarnished their ability to play, even with the sub. So
let me just
I don't see this.
I just got to put this to LTV, and I'll bring LTV up on the screen, mate.
Mm.
So they ran Sonya and Medivh against you, didn't they? Last week, I think one of the maps.
I don't think Sonya, but I think they did once. But I think the bigger things would be Crash Lightning Throw and Medivh. Yeah.
All right. So and I thought like, well, that's pretty ballsy, you know, kind of experimented. They must have scrimmed with them. But then Ryu's gone out on Twitter and said, "Oh, we haven't done any. We haven't done any of that. We took them to see what they were like." What does that tell you about Nomia?
The only thing about that is I kind of get the idea that they haven't scrimmed with it, but they've played with Medivh before. Ben's played Medivh a bunch before. They played with Thrall. They know how to play with the heroes. It's not like it's a huge change. I liked his 3-part comment. First part was really nice about competitiveness. Second part about where they think we're chasing them and like they need to keep on edge. That was really nice. It was a good little nod to us, right?
Yeah.
And then I feel like the third part was totally unnecessary about the heroes. That was a bit of a boast because I think it was they played with him deep before.
Yeah.
The hero doesn't really change too much. He just does a shit ton more damage. You just portals are the hardest thing to play around and throw. I mean, you just push Q on a hero, right? It's not that hard to play with. But to be fair, they did bust it out. Good on them. They won. So
yeah. Yeah, you're 100% right. There are heroes that have been seen in competitive play anyway. So, they just got a little bit of a change. But, I mean, you're looking at Nomiya versus Quick Match Warriors. I mean, it's really the similar conversation that about Outlaws and Quick Match, except that instead of it being like, Outlaws sometimes a bit messy, it's like Nomiya, man, the plate is clean when they're done. Nothing gets left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's
I feel like.
No,
I was just going to say back to what we were talking about. I feel like between the Nomiya Quick Match, that's what it'll be like. I think it'll just be a dolphin charging through,
A dolphin charging through.
Dolphin on the back of a battle elephant.
Well, is there any other thoughts that you guys have? Touch me, Ether, on this game in particular?
Nope. I think it's going to be
pretty
clean stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Nomiya's going to win the game. Win the series.
Hands down.
Hands down. I'm willing to bet money on it. I'm willing to bet $5. And
you're willing to bet $5.
Win traded.
I think you could be pretty safe with that. You could probably bet like your house and you'd still probably be okay.
Oh, I wouldn't want to risk that just in case.
I wouldn't
want to bet my house.
No, man, just throw it for the meme.
They'd probably just throw it there.
No, it's funny. I think every team has a potential to meme up a game. I think Nomiya might be the only team in the league that wouldn't meme a game. It could literally be Nomiya versus an orphanage, and they would still go in hard and dominate.
Put that orphanage in the dirt. Yeah, I reckon that's because of their experience. Like they've been together for a long time. They know how to basically get rid of the identity of your opponent and not be too cocky in situations, which I think is like their best strength. They play consistent no matter who they best, which is pretty good.
And that's something we've noticed this season as well from Nomiya is that they have played a lot more consistently over the course of the season rather than what we saw at the end of last season, where they did seem to get and play a little bit cocky and it started losing them some games, and we saw them again lose the grand final to Dark-Sided.
Touch me on Tinder.
Nice.
You're actually swiping right now. Any matches?
Classic.
Yeah, why not? No.
No
matches?
Not as good as the next match.
Telling you're an angel.
Not as good as the next match.
You talking about the next match? The next match, as in Crimson versus Downfall.
It's Downfall.
Oh,
nice
this
little
must
segue
be.
there. I love that.
Definitely swipe for this game. You guys want to be available for this one. Crimson versus Downfall. Crimson, the team that at the time was probably considered #1 contenders, fell to Downfall last time they met. A surprise upset, a shock upset sent ripples through the scene of really what we could expect for the rest of the weeks. I mean, Downfall, that's a that's a magical story, right? They came in from preseason. We didn't really know what to expect from the Downfall side or roster. They didn't perform that well in preseason. I mean, they made it through, right? So they performed considerably well, but they didn't shine. It wasn't like an Aztec story or a Rich Gang story. But they've just come into this and they've just dominated. Be it through clever roster, clever scheduling, finding teams with rostering issues, whatever. I mean, everything is just going right for them. They can do no wrong. And Old Tivian, I mean, let's start with you again because this is a big game for you guys because obviously Crimson, they want to come out and they kind of want to smash Downfall. I would feel.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
I feel like so what happened was, it's annoying to have to talk about these guys like that because none of them are too cocky or boast a lot, right?
Yeah.
But I want to be very straight lined about it. So they have one-trick players, right? For example, Shrek on Stukov.
Yep.
Shrek was in the meta, just players in ANZ weren't really used to it yet, right? But he obviously knew because he was a one-trick at it, and he's really good at it.
Yep.
And we got outdrafted both games. We got incredibly outdrafted. We didn't really understand the meta, and they did, and they dominated both those games because they just outdrafted us before the game even started. But from that series, we sort of showed an example, well, even they did, that I don't think they'll ever be able to beat a higher team again because they've showed their cards. And everyone knows the meta now. Everyone knows the value of the heroes that they play. I think we're just sort of, unluckily, the lamb to the slaughter. I reckon they could have done that to Outlaws. They maybe could have taken one game off Nomia and did that that week. We're just the unlucky ones, and I just, feel like it won't happen again.
Yep.
I think we'll win next time.
Well, I mean, they are starting to lose. Quick match warriors are starting to come up to them. Was it when they came up?
Yeah. Prime example.
It's Dave, and you've seen if anyone's keeping up with what their bans and drafts are, they're always picking very similar heroes. So we'll see where it goes. I don't know, Ether. What are your thoughts on this game? Like this is, I think, the first return grudge match of the season as well. Crimson versus Downfall.
Yeah, well, I do like Ultivian's points, and he is right in a sense that Stukov has always kind of been that hidden gem in ANZ, and it's really cool to see him being played a lot more. But yeah, I think if Crimson can work their way around Downfall's drafting style, then it should be an easy match. But we'll see.
See what happens. So it's and don't touch me, and so this is it. How?
I don't for me when I watched Downfall play, first qualifiers, the first few weeks they did really good, and then I'm not sure if they tilted or maybe it's probably because I don't know, they were just having fun. But in my opinion, they're still a really strong team, and no one should underestimate them. But definitely. I still think hands down that Crimson should win the game. The odds are in their hands.
It's going to be return to form for Crimson, basically.
Well, I don't think Crimson were out of form. I think, as Ultivian did say about the one tricks, and I think maybe they were just caught a little off guard, maybe unprepared for it.
Yeah, definitely, because we versed Nomia no, not Nomia, Outlaws that same day, and we were basically fully prepped for that matchup.
Yeah.
We consider it, and then we underestimated them, and they dominated us.
Yeah, and that won't happen again, obviously. I'd like to see you guys do what Nomi is doing at the moment, where regardless of who your opponent is, not underestimating them, not toying with them, not being cute, thinking, oh, these guys are lower ranked, we can play just casually, just come to every game, come to play your best. And I know you guys probably do that now anyway, but from that Downfall series 2 weeks ago, it didn't seem like you did. It seemed like you guys were maybe a little unprepared, as you just mentioned. Maybe you just thought this was an easy win and didn't try it hard enough. I don't know what your mindset is. I'm glad to see you guys have a much stronger, much firmer mindset now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it would have been. Just totally underestimated them. And I think someone may have misinterpreted me in chat when I said Downfall dominated us, not us dominated Outlaws, just so people don't misinterpret, because apparently words are hard for people to understand.
That's all right. We all know it was a really close game between you and Outlaws. Congratulations on becoming the victors in that one. I mean, it was one of the top games that we were looking forward to seeing that week. Against the Downfall team in this week, I think it's really interesting that you guys are facing off against them twice in 2 weeks. But needless to say, at least Downfall get both the Crimson games out of the way, right? They're all done and dusted. No more Crimson to worry about the rest of the season.
The balancing of when people verse really not normal. So, for example, I believe Aztec versed both us and Nomia twice within the first 4 weeks. And then there's next 4 weeks where it's not spread at all. So the bracket is horrible.
That's all right. It's not perfect. We won't talk anymore about the bracket, but I'm really excited to see Crimson absolutely annihilate Downfall this week. Tomorrow night, in fact.
Maybe.
Any of you guys have any other points to add to this last little section on Downfall versus Crimson? No.
No, everyone
Well
said their
then,
piece.
Yep,
Sorry,
pretty much.
I think I'm taking up a lot of time. I apologize.
No,
no,
not at
that's
all.
all right.
Not at all.
Well, guys, we've got a special moving on right now. Before we go on to match 4, which is Outlaws versus Downfall. So Downfall got some, not back-to-back. It is obviously Tuesday to Thursday's matches. But, yeah, we got a special event tonight. Ether is going to do the Open Div report live from Heroes Untapped, not recorded. So, Ether, when you are ready, take the stage.
Alrighty. So, yeah, week 3 has just been wrapped up, and things are pretty much playing out exactly how they have the last few weeks. We've still got Pleb to Pro on top, not having lost a single game, and Morton's Monkeys are fighting for that second place position against Wolfpack. So in the first game, we saw Eternal Adaptation go up against Ego Void, and basically what they did was they noticed that Ego Void had built their comp specifically around reaching that level 20 power spike on Nazeebo. So they managed to get a huge lead in the early game, capitalize on all these kills, and get to that core before they got to Ego Void got to hit that level 20 power spike. So in the second game, we saw Morton's Monkeys go up against Pleb to Pro in a rematch of that week 1 game. Though, oh, just lost someone. Okay, so
we just had a reoccurrence
solid...
of the sorry,
yeah,
interrupt because of the reoccurrence of Blank's preseason qualifiers. Cameras set up by Blank today.
Watch out, Coffee's gonna put it on Reddit.
I'm not in control. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Coffee's gonna go put it on Reddit.
Sorry, Ether, please continue. Sorry, that was.
Where were you?
Yes, anyway. Okay, so game 2, Morton's Monkeys versus Pleb to Pro. So in the first game they played in the Open Division, Pleb to Pro managed to get a pretty clean win on that one. This one was a little bit closer. We had a Rexar played in the solo lane by Crazometer, and he managed to use that to give them a pretty good early game advantage. But Pleb to Pro were patient and managed to get one good fight, and that was pretty much all they needed before they eventually popped off and went on to dominate the rest of the game. So in the third game, we saw Funky Moon go up against Pleb to Pro, and I'm sure lots of you who watched it would remember that one with the amazing Cho'Gall.
Let's skip past that game.
Yeah. So, yeah, Funky Moon have actually been doing pretty well, surprising a lot of people with their performance. Sadly, it wasn't quite enough for them to be able to take down the Open Division Tyrants, which is Pleb to Pro. Yeah, I don't think they were too impressed by the mind games played by the Cho'Gall. Maybe it even motivated them more to take that victory in such a clean fashion. In game number 4, we saw Onyx go up against Ripple. And one of the main things I took away from this game is that Ripple have a really strong understanding of their macro play. But when it came to team fighting, they really struggled a lot against Onyx. So although they managed to pretty much control all of the map for most of the game, Onyx took a few really good team fights, and that was really all they needed to go and get that victory. So yeah, next week we still have the signups open, and you can check those out on twitch.tv/GameStarTV1.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Yay.
The live edition of the Open Div report, fantastic. That was amazing. It's we should have you on the show every week doing that. Ether on Heroes of
Yeah.
every week.
Yes.
It's better than continually doing takes and then throwing them in the trash can because they were awful.
I remember every little video I've ever recorded, it's always been the same thing. It's like 50 50 little videos of 3 seconds
Oh
long.
yeah. Yep.
All right, we'll meet
Guys,
It's like, hi, that was bad.
No, you're good. As
No.
I just said, Open Div is over. Registrations are now. We currently have 5 teams registered. That's quite a few less than the 16 we've had week after week so far. So link is in chat right now. If you haven't registered your team yet, please jump on. I apologize that it was late before we opened up the regos, but they're open now. Do that when you can. Disco, what game have we got next?
Oh, actually, just before we go on, I just want to ask Touch Me. I think he might know the answer here. Do you think that that the Cho'Gall pick from the Open Div inspired Downfall to take Cho'Gall against Nomia in the Premier League?
Most likely, just a troll with moves.
I
don't know.
Yeah. I was really
I don't
concerned
know.
that we might have saw Darkfall doing a troll against Nomia of the same magnitude with Cho'Gall.
The same. Oh, I don't think you can mess that name up. So anyway,
Sorry about that. Just want to highlight that. I think Touch Me is on the pulse of everything. Best name, by the way, mate. I love your name.
I like Touch Me as well.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to the next match. So we talked about it before, but let's bring her up now. Match. This is game 4, Thursday. Thursday is a big night. There's like 5 games something on that night, and of course
It's
we don't.
really interesting.
Is it going to work? All right. So the game we're going to talk about, I don't know if it's in the correct order or not, is Aztec versus Crimson Thursday night. Hopefully, Altivian can confirm that they actually are playing Aztec, and I haven't messed up the schedule. It's But there we are, Aztec, Doubt, Sailor, Azog, Luckadog, and Domi up against Altivian, Jesmez, Azura, Shadow, and KVA. Not the biggest game of the week, but interesting to see how Aztec has developed, because we ban on about this every week. They came into the series undefeated, and then very quickly almost became nothing but defeated. Only recently scoring their first 2 points on the board. Altivian, you're gonna dust Downfall on Tuesday. What's gonna happen to Aztec on Thursday? Microphone is muted, good sir, I think.
Oh, you're right. It is. My bad. Yeah, it's because I was drinking my water bottle. If we are gonna drop a game next week, I think it will be versus Aztec over Downfall. I think they're consistently just a bit better.
Yep.
But I think we can still win fine. I think we showed a lot when we versed Nomia. And it was a big day for us because we actually played sort of to our level on that day. Well, mostly to our level, which we hadn't done throughout the rest of the tournament. So we've actually had pretty poor showings. But I don't think we're ever going to drop a series until we verse Nomia again, where it would be really close.
Yeah. Yeah, so you think you're pretty good against Aztec. Touch Me, they're going to come up, Crimson are coming up against Aztec. Is there anything of Aztec to note that would give them the advantage in this series against Crimson?
I just think Crimson has just been around longer than Aztec have. Especially with the recent roster changes. I just don't think it's possible for them to pull a game. Maybe if Crimson froze or does something really bad, but that's highly unlikely. So
yeah, you think it's just
Aztec, ready to get stopped.
It's not the same roster that they had in the preseason.
Yeah, and they had basically Hacky left all the they had to reform. They had not as much practice as Crimson, obviously would have. So
yeah,
don't think that they're top 4 level.
Has it gotten
season
better?
2 they could be really good, but
yeah,
ran out now. I'm sorry.
That's right. So you think season 2 is going to be their time to shine? Like it's really the same. Yeah. It's the same story each week. They're practically a new roster. It's going to be the same thing every week. It's about getting that team synergy, and it's not really going to come to light until phase 2. If they make it there, they might get kicked out. I mean, lose.
I think, hopefully they stay in. But what I think will happen is sort of like they're a really new team and they're at the point where they're figuring themselves out and how to get better. Whereas some other teams like us, Nomia, or even Outlaws to a degree, they've already figured themselves out. They're looking at just solidly improving, so they're like just sort of that step ahead. So when those head-to-heads come in, that'll show. But I think come next season, when they've had the time together, and if they stay together, I reckon they'll be a lot stronger, and they could be really good.
All right, Ether, it's up to you. Aztec needs some support. Do you have any? Have anything?
I'm gonna be that one. I actually have kind of high hopes for Aztec. Like I think we could be pleasantly surprised by them. So yeah, maybe a close series, maybe 2-1. Sorry, old Hivian.
That's all right. Yeah, I think they're 2 out 1.
Oh yeah, they're 2. You're 1.
Oh, savage.
Shots fired.
That's nice.
That's okay.
At least Aztec are going to give you 1 map, so you don't feel as bad.
That's it.
Yeah,
so we don't feel totally
they're giving
dominated,
it to
right?
them.
Yeah. They give us the 1 win, so we at least don't go home and ice bath it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ultivians just said that Crimson aren't going to drop a set for the rest of the series unless it's against Nomia. So I am looking forward to seeing how they play this one out. It'll be very interesting seeing how Aztec have not played in a couple of days, or about a week now, roughly the same time as everyone else, I suppose. But they might have had a bit more time to prepare over the last couple of weeks and gelling a bit more together as a team. I've been a big Aztec fanboy since back when they were dark-sided at the start of the season, the start of pre-season. I had high hopes in the whole time, as I had in the past tense, because I have more hopeful hopes for them now rather than actual dedicated hopes. I'm sorry, Aztec, I love you. But Crimson are going to fucking destroy you this week.
Savage.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful analysis right there. It's like I have high hopes for Aztec, but Crimson will destroy you. No analysis needed. Pure emotion and raw heart and feelings. I love it. Let's go into the next game. Thinking of games that, speaking of hope, let's look at the next game, because it is Mprox versus Rich Gang. And Mprox, of course, is hoping they can finally get on the board against Rich Gang. Rich Gang with Fesh, Juices, Jim Jam, Deceptive. Hopefully I've updated the roster properly this week. And Fairy, or Pesky, as they're also known as. Up against, obviously, Mprox, who is 2Dealer, Touch Me, Hashtag, Christo, and ADS. Now, this game, I don't know, Ether, do you want to lead us into it? This is bottom. This is 8th position versus 7th position right now. Are we going to expect much from this game, or?
See, I don't really know. Like, I can't really properly judge Rich Gang's power level. I think Booty was a pretty important part of their team, and losing him is, I think it's a bit rough for them. But yeah, like at the same time, Mprox have had their own roster changes, so
yeah,
it's a bit too tough to decide, really. I'm just going to go and random guess and say Rich Gang wins 2-1.
Touch Me. This is obviously a game that's going to be very close to your heart.
Yeah, you heard it here first. I got my boy writing some scripts up for me, so it's going to be an easy win tomorrow.
Clean
sweep 2-0.
Clean plays tomorrow.
Is there any fear?
2-0. It'll be 5-0.
Is there any fear about the game? 5-0. The scripts are so good, you're going to get extra points when you win.
Dominate.
He's just hacking the tournament.
Just going to register the next 2 games.
To be honest, it's going to be a close game. Hate to say it, but both teams. I don't want to shit talk my team, but we have a lot of improving to do, and I'm pretty sure Rich Gang also has a lot of improving to do. People just, both these teams, people just don't play their game. That's why they're down here, because, people don't take it as seriously as the top teams. People have work, don't scrim that much, etc., etc. So.
Like what you just mentioned, like right at the start when you came on, how you were mentioning about being burnt out and stuff, and just playing for fun,
Yeah. So these, we're literally just playing for fun. So it's not like we expect it to be like, taking up top third, top first, second, whatever. Just just kill time, have fun. When we're not doing anything.
Is that bad or good for you guys? Because is it a good mindset to understand what you're here for? You're here for fun, and you guys just happen to be naturally talented. You're playing at this league because you're more talented and skilled than anyone else in the scene. But is that a good mindset to like? Do you think that's good for you guys to have that mindset of, look, we know we're just here for fun, or do you think?
Probably not.
Or do you wish? You
Probably
had
not, 'cause then,
the drive, the full drive?
Because then it gets to a point where people don't want to actually improve because they're like, like I know for myself, like if my friends call me out to do something, or if I had a chance to scrim, I'm not going to be at home. I want to be like out somewhere doing something. So I guess that's what's bad about that, is that there's no drive. You don't really have. It's hard to improve.
So you guys, like, if with the idea of being relegated into the open division, are you guys fighting really hard not to get that, or do you guys not really care that much?
Yeah, we still don't want to. I mean, like, get knocked out because money is on the line. So
yeah.
So like there is some sense of duty that we have to win.
Yeah.
But it's not to the same degree as Nomi or Crimson going for that first place seed, going to represent Australia. So yeah.
It's like very different goals, right, with your team and what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah. So basically the more low you go down the leaderboard, everyone has different agendas. Some people just want to show off to get into a better team. Some people just here to have fun. Some people want to make it big.
Yeah. Some people I think Aztec. I don't know their mindset, but like I was mentioning with second season, their mindset should be like, we're not looking to we shouldn't have the mindset where we're going to take first and dominate everyone, but like every game as it comes, improve, look at what you need to look at, make failures, get better. Next season's your season, you know what I mean? Whereas like with you guys, you could be doing the same sort of thing individually. Like you're just like, I'm just playing. Maybe I'll get with the team more serious next season, whatever. Like I'm still sticking around, got my toes in the water, Still pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just see
Sorry, you go.
Oh, yep. I just see there are open division teams that are really dedicated to getting into that league, and I think it's just going to be a really interesting. Like, I can't wait for the playoffs. I think it's going to be really fun.
Yeah, but then with that comment about the open teams, right, really interested, really keen to get in, then there's that very clear benchmark. Can you be the team that's not even really trying and then push yourself into that league? Because then when you get to the big dogs, they're not fair, they're not friendly.
No.
Yeah, you got to work your way up, which it'll be interesting to see. I'm keen. I'm going to watch it definitely.
Well, the Open Div's got some really tight spots in that top few teams. I mean, obviously you got Pleb to Pro, Wolfpack, and Mortons, which are vying out for the number 1 and 2 spot. Pleb to Pro currently holding number 1. But there are some massive up-and-coming teams as well, especially from Onyx. You've got Ripple, who've just been sponsored, who are starting to play and coach together and get a lot better. You've got RU, who are getting coaching from Move himself. And the guys at Pleb to Pro, and they are just getting better and better each week. These are teams that could probably knock out some of the lower seeded teams in the current Premier Division.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that Ripple could, but potentially Wolfpack and Mortons maybe if he plays well. Pleb to Pro definitely, but I'm more intrigued as to how the old Nekomimi, now Mprox, are going to be handling the next coming weeks. I mean, Touch Me, it's been a massive change. You've been taken on by Mprox now. You've got a sponsor. You've had a roster change. Stumpy's gone. Tool Dealer's in. Christo is now captain. Are you guys still bumping heads a little bit, or is it a little bit more clean cut now and you guys have a bit more moving forward and a little bit more focused perhaps?
I guess with hashtag, it's a bit more happy because he's just a happy guy. Even if we're losing, he'll be encouraging and whatnot. So having him on the team is a big makes a big difference rather than everyone just going off at each other and etc. etc. So yeah, you're just hoping that we stick through, because what happens is when you play open division and you versus easier teams, everyone builds that mindset of we're actually a good team, we can improve a lot. And then when you verse like Nomiya first game, you just go, oh no, like we can play for 5 years together and we'll never be that good. And then your team just disband because everyone, wants to be in a better team. So hopefully that doesn't happen to our team or any new teams that make it into premiers.
Yeah, that's the hardest part, like just fighting through it. Because like facing reality that you're not as good as you may think because you won open, and then you just gotta look at what you can do to improve.
Yeah, you don't get that, weekly practice against, the top tier teams unless you're scrimming with them, and not a lot of top tier teams would really want to give you that time, that scrim block.
Yeah, I mean, it's practice for both teams, right? And sometimes it's more valuable for one, so you just try and look for the most even matchups, I guess.
Yep.
All right, well, speaking a bit more of maybe a even matchup, let's look at the next match on the list, and that is Outlaws versus Downfall Gaming.
Oh.
What's that? A Downfall playing another top 3 seed again?
Well, they can't avoid them, right? You got to play them eventually. You can't schedule them out.
I know, but sorry, let's not talk about it anymore. I'm sorry, that's my fault. That's my fault.
Oh.
On the side of Outlaws Disco, we've got Lahal, Hiccup, Iceball, Gondo, and Coffee. Now that I've got in front of me, I can actually say all their names without hesitating. I apologize, Outlaws. I love your pieces. On the side of Downfall, we've got Magic Gnome, Flaze, Superfish, Konya, and Shirk is Love.
He changed his name to Shirk, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, it's Downfall Shirk.
DF Shirk. I don't know whether it was intentional or whether it was
yeah, he couldn't have Shrek apparently or something. He wouldn't let him.
Oh, due to copywriting issues, I suppose?
Yeah, I think so. So he just had to go Shirk.
That's unfortunate. Shirk is Herc. What are your thoughts, Ether, leading into this game? Outlaws versus Downfall. This is the first time these two teams have actually faced off against each other. I'm not going to say any more. What do you think?
I think it's going to be amazing. Honestly, like, just from a viewer's perspective, I think it's just going to be fire. But, yeah, probably another one that I think is going to be quite close. I'm going to go... I think I just have a gut feeling that it might be Downfall taking this one.
Yeah.
I can't really say why, to be honest. I
Okay.
just think it.
There's two things here, right?
That's fine.
I love the Outlaws team. I probably have a little bit of a bias to them for some reason. I don't know why. I just have a bias for Outlaws.
I love them as a team. They're great.
Yeah.
Love you, Panda. Love you, Lahal.
I think it's mainly just Lahal and Panda. I think they're probably the two of the best people in the scene. I love talking to them. Actually, I love the Crimson Boys as well, so it's hard when you guys fight. But I love both
I love
sides.
everyone in the scene. Everyone's great.
You don't play enough Hero League. How can you love everyone? Oh, that's probably why. That's probably why
true,
you can.
true.
That's probably why.
Yeah.
No, I mean, we got to look at this. Downfall have performed more consistently than Outlaws have. Outlaws probably haven't performed as well as everyone thought they would, but Outlaws have performed better than everyone thought they would as well. So I guess you got those two mindsets going. Just based off that, you would say, well, Downfall will probably take it. But Downfall have lost to Quick Match, and I'm pretty sure Outlaws beat Quick Match. So, they're two different types. There are a couple of weeks in between. You can learn a lot. But it's a hard game to say. But I think that's what you have to go for is Outlaws going to be performing optimally on the day? Or if Outlaws are faltering just a little bit, or they're tired, or the matches are scheduled and it goes to that, those late night games, I think we're going to see Downfall win. But if everything just goes as per normal with no hiccups, as in mistakes, not actually hiccup the player himself, because he's going to be there. But I think we're going to. I think Outlaws will win in those conditions. But if something goes skew-if, be it timing, maybe something goes with the scheduling, something gets delayed, they just aren't feeling it. Maybe there's a fight in the team on the day. I think that's how Downfall is going to beat Outlaws, or maybe just
and drafting too.
Yeah,
drafting too. If Downfall get the comfort picks, I reckon they have a good chance of winning.
can I make one comment about Twitch chat and then one comment about the series? Is that okay?
Certainly. Go Twitch chat first.
So my comment to Twitch chat is a lot of people are saying like, well, Downfall beat Crimson, so they can beat Outlaws, right? But if you think that a top team, so there's a reason why everyone assumes Nomia, Crimson, and Outlaws are top teams. If you think one of those top teams is going to be the same team a week later or next time you verse them, you're just going to lose. You're just going to get destroyed. So if people think we're going to be, as a bit of pride defense, if they think they're going to be Outlaws because they beat us, you're sorely mistaken. Like, it's not going to be the same team, the same level. It's going to be higher. And then for the series, I still feel like, though, Downfall are about, like, my opinion, 70% as good as Outlaws. So if Outlaws play in their top 30, they'll win 2-0. But if Outlaws play one game where they're playing at, like, 50% potential, I think Downfall can beat them. Right? Something like that. I think they're almost as good, but Outlaws are still better. So if Outlaws play proper, they'll win, hands down. But if they slip a little bit, I think Downfall can capitalize. So that's what
Solid stats. Sources, please, for those stats. That's awesome stats. I love them.
Personal opinion. I want
your 30%.
Yeah, actually, for example, for that kind of what I was talking about, right? So say the win line's here, yeah? Above the line, you win. Below the line, you lose.
Yeah.
Outlaws are like that much above the line. Downfall are like that much above the line. So if they play above the line, they can still beat them. And if they play below the line, they'll still lose. And I got that from an anime.
Oh, wow. What anime was that?
Hunter x Hunter. When they talk about how to fight better people.
Gee,
anyway.
that's an old show.
It is. It's the
Speaking of
2011
anime,
remake. Yeah, the 2011 one.
Speaking of anime, did you have a question that you wanted to ask Disco about earlier on?
Oh, yes. So this one's for my friends. They actually wanted me to ask Disco if he watches the new Dragon Ball Z Super by any chance.
I hate anime. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, not a fan?
It disgusts me.
Which
anyone that watches my streams will know that's not true at all.
yeah, definitely.
Once a week I can be seen playing Waifu Verse.
What?
I play a card game. It's Hearthstone, but it's waifus. It's anime Hearthstone.
Oh, okay. Here I was thinking of one of these like anime weeaboo fighting games that I've seen you play.
I play those as well. I play those as well.
Oh, okay.
Guilty Gear, Blaze Boo, mate. I don't play the high school fighting ones though.
Yeah.
Surprising.
Oh,
I don't know why. I probably should. I mean, I wouldn't say no. Moving on. What's the? Downfall versus Outlaws. I don't know, Ether. Ether and Touch Me. We've only just sort of touched base with you guys a little bit. But Ether, your final thoughts on this game, Aztec versus not Aztec, Downfall versus Outlaws.
Outlaws and Downfall, yeah.
Yeah, no, like I still have a sort of gut feeling that Downfall might take it, but you guys are definitely right that Outlaws can have some consistency issues here and there, and in a way it really does just kind of depend on what version of Outlaws shows up on the day.
Yeah, I reckon it's all on them. All of them to perform.
Do you think that's true, Touch Me? It's Outlaws. This is Outlaws' game to lose. You know, they have to want to lose it to not win.
Yeah. I
Logic.
can see that happening.
Clean.
It's just I don't know. It's gonna be a close game as well.
Yeah.
No one will know. No one will know who was like. No one literally would.
Yeah.
Like you can't say I would have my money on this team. Whatever.
You wouldn't bet on it. You wouldn't bet your tournament.
If you're a betting man, you wouldn't place any of your $5 notes on.
No, we wouldn't go near that.
Not with a 10-foot pole. All right, so that's the. I think that's the. All right, this is a break, guys. So we'll come back just in a moment. We've got the two last matches of the series to talk about. That's Aztec and Nomia and Outlaws and Rich Gang. But first, it's a moment close to everyone's heart. Massive moment. Hopefully this doesn't burn everyone's ears.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. I'm unmuting for this one, guys.
All right, this really shows you the power of the Lost Vikings when they've got a little Anna. Maybe the Anna rework is more stronger than we thought.
I like it. I think it's lovely. This replay, Jesus.
It's not over to the fat lady things from this one from Sergeant Hammer.
I need a DS. I need a DS. I need a DS. I need a DS.
What? Oh wow.
Oh god, this one.
Where's the DS?
Yes.
It is.
Rocket, 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 rocket.
Bro, what are you holding? I got interrupted. I tried to cast it. I didn't have a cast on you. I know, like it wasn't going up.
Here's the DS. Yeah.
Oh, nice, nice.
I don't think we can get him though.
Oh, 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 oh.
What a man.
Oh, guys, that is this week's massive moment. Thank you all in the community for sending through such probably some of the best clips we've had on the shows. Just extremely funny moments, extremely manly moments. Unfortunately, I didn't make a link this week, so we can't vote in it. So, chat, tell us who you enjoyed the most in this week's massive moments. And hey, guys, don't forget you can email through disconcur@gmail.com your own replay with something massive that happened to you. Just let us know a timestamp in the email, and you could be featured on this show in the massive moment.
Oh god. My vote's definitely where
I'm gonna go with the
DS.
Fat 94's one.
I think the most enjoyable thing about that clip, I mean, I got to see it live. I actually made that clip. Was his reaction the whole time. I don't give a fuck about the actual play during that time. Just his reaction to it was golden. And just hearing ADS pop out with, "Oh, I got interrupted on a instant cast Divine Shield." I don't know.
I'm pretty sure there's because there's still frame casted and you can prevent it on a frame perfect displacement or something. But you're talking about perfect. In a game that no one talks about frames, you're talking about doing a frame perfect in the line of code or something. I don't know.
There's no way to. I don't think there is any way to interrupt DS, no matter how frame perfect you are. And if you have a look at the hero cooldowns on the heroics, it's never once even touched. So I don't know. I loved at the end where it's like, "Were you lagging? It sounds like someone's lagging." Sorry. Disco, moving on. Next game, live on stream. Two other Titans. This is the second time these guys have played each other. In week 2, they play each other again. Aztec versus Nomia.
Is that what I brought up? Who knows? We might not be bringing up that game. We might be bringing up a different one.
You might bring up a different game? Let's find out.
There we go. Aztec versus Nomia.
Yay! Aztec,
I have to confess, I messed up all the games this week. Like they're all on the right dates and stuff. That's fine. But I messed up the order that they happened in.
Oh god.
So no, we do have Aztec. It is Aztec.
They're in chat right now. Doubt, Sailor, Azog, Luckadog, and Domi. And Disco, who is our boys on Nomia?
Of course, riding the Dolphin of Success, it's Fat94, John, Vanilla, Ryu, and Penta. Penta called in the question earlier, Ether calling him the worst tank in the region. Do you remember that?
I did not call him that.
That was your words, 100%. Look, I might have paraphrased, in between the lines and stuff. Defend your statement, Ether.
Quote for quote, Ether said, Penta is the worst tank ANZ.
The worst tank in ANZ, yeah. That's exactly what I said.
She just said it again.
And Neri's pretty good on the old computer. She can put your voice, re-edit. We got this.
Yeah, you're just gonna edit out the fact that you said you'd edit it. No, Penta's great. He's a great tank. And yeah, I think Nomia will take this.
Is there any conversation here? This is the next question. Any
Yeah,
conversation?
it's Nomia. Like, what can you say?
I'll also like to wish Penta happy birthday in advance because I might be not here. So happy birthday,
When's his
Penta.
birthday?
In 3 weeks.
I thought you were going to say
You
his
might not be
birthday
here
was
in 2 weeks.
today. I was like, wow, happy birthday,
Yeah.
Penta. Worst tank ANZ, quote Ether.
Happy birthday in 3 weeks. Worst tank in ANZ.
Yeah. That's a good joke,
We
Blake.
should all
That's a
chip
good
in.
joke. Where
Get-
did you get it from?
We should chip in, get him a plaque that says worst tank in ANZ.
Birthday present. Just a cake. This is it.
And then the little quote at the bottom, Ether 2018.
This is
Yeah.
my legacy. The legacy I'm gonna leave on the hot scene. Just trash
Abusing
talking
players.
Penta.
Yeah.
We should start a
Cross
fund.
them.
Get Ether over to Latin America on the stage so she can just come out and just say that.
Yep.
Award him the trophy in person on stage, Latin America.
But that would imply that he's going to Latin America.
Season's not over yet. Might not be top 2. Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm
Alright.
sorry. I
Quite
will. I will.
obvious.
I will. ladies
So
and
biased, Disco.
No, I will
I
be
think
biased.
Here we go.
If Nomia don't make it to Latin America to play, if they don't make it, I will eat this tie on stream. See this? I will
Okay.
eat it.
Nomia boys, I want you to please PM me your PayPal details. We can organise. I've got to buy you guys some drinks, I'm sure. Yeah, yep.
Take them out for coffee.
They've
that's how you
already
get
got
people
5
in.
points. They've already got 5 points. If they win 2
Oh,
more
5
games,
points.
I'm pretty sure they're...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if they go undefeated this week
Yeah.
and they are safe, it's top 2, I think. Undefeated this week and maybe one more week.
I think it's 2 weeks of being undefeated, and they can't
And
be
then
dethroned from
Yeah.
top 2.
point systems.
Maybe
We shall
that could be
see, I
that could be
suppose.
grossly miscalculated as well.
Well, it's up
I'm
to
not sure.
you, my boys at Aztec, to take down this Nomia siege giant. Good luck on Thursday night. I really hope you can do it because I want to see Disco eat his tie.
Yep, same.
Wait, wasn't Disco supposed to eat his shoe or something? Remember, like,
No, he's eating his tie. He's
I've got to
wearing
do
it now.
I've got to do a cosplay for I've got a cosplay up as Yosemite Sam in Outlaws colors from when they took one map off Crimson. I've still got that. I've got
What?
to do.
They took one map off Crimson. Here you go. I'm gonna get something in their honor.
Yeah, well, I mean, I said it in chat. I said it in the Blizzard ANZ chat. I said if they manage to win this map, like I wasn't even saying win the series. If they win this map, I'd dress up as Yosemite Sam in Outlaw colors. And so that's I'm currently procuring. I don't know. I'm
Procuring?
fucking
Yes.
getting a cosplay
Getting.
outfit.
Yeah. What's,
Oh, we're running out of time, Disco. Do you want to move on to match
Yeah.
8?
Is everyone happy with that one?
Outlaws.
Nomi is going to beat Aztec. Move on.
yeah,
Yep.
pretty clean.
You guys are savage.
It's not savage. It's honesty.
I think they
Outlaws
could- they
versus
might-
Rich Gang?
I think with Aztec, they might win maybe a team fight in each game.
Are we getting a bit more specific?
That's all.
Well,
They might be one level ahead the 4 minute mark.
At one point.
At one point in the game.
I
They might-
do believe, Altivian, they might get the siege camp at 2 minutes into the game.
Yeah, well, it's
That might
nothing bad
happen.
against them. It's like they're a good team, but like Nomi is a better team.
Nomia won't
I
let
mean,
them
you can't get mad
do
at that. Like, come on.
Alright,
Alright.
anyway, Outlaws versus Rich Gang. Disco, take it away.
Yeah, this is Outlaws versus Rich Gang. It's going to be a game on this Thursday. Well, you know, we already know these teams. You know, Fesh, Juices, Jim Jam, Deceptive, and Fairy up against Lahal, Hiccup, Ice Bold Water, Gondo, and Coffee. I mean, we don't really have to introduce those teams anymore. Outlaws has like 3 or 4 games this week? But they seem to be playing every day. Like, that's probably not the case, but it just seems like Outlaws just playing all the time. So there's like 1, 2.
Yeah, I think they already had their like
3.
week off that like every team gets, so that's why they're just getting bombarded at the moment.
Yeah, they've got 3 games this week. That's massive. Rich Gang, you know, the trouble with Rich Gang is last time they met, Outlaws 2 won them. So Rich Gang did have a moment of hope, but it's only a single map. And Rich Gang at the moment, I just feel that they're just I just feel they're not rocking up to these games. They're just not. I don't know.
Rich Gang?
Yeah.
They're literally not. They've I
Yeah.
think surrendered 2 series, and last night I think last week they stalled for an hour, and then Coffee had to start his series at 1:30 a.m. In New Zealand time, something like that. Start a game at 1:30. It was classic. Games start need to be so much harder and just be get the fuck out. What are you doing?
It's hard when you kind of try to manage games that are off stream. We haven't got enough staff to kind of manage that stuff. But
I appreciate doing the best, but I don't know. And plus, you can't just go around kicking all the teams out of the league because then we won't have a league, right? It's got to look good for the first year, so you got to work with shit until you can get established enough where you can just kick the shit to the curb. I get
pretty
it,
much.
but it's funny. Feel bad for Coffee.
It's still a thing, right? You don't want to be having games like that, and I'm pretty sure in the rules, I'm pretty sure that you have to start your game by a certain time, if not the team that's stalling.
I believe there was an 8-minute delay on the first game, and there were several pauses throughout the game, which is what caused them to drag on so long. So the games were started on time, which is why there would have been no forfeits. But
and then
did
if it's off stream, if it's off stream, you're not watching the whole series, right? You get the game started, cool. Then you move on to the next one. You got to start up, and then if they do stalling in their own time, it's just not good.
What can we do?
It adds up really fast. That's the trouble. It can add up really, really fast.
Yeah.
But this game, Rich Gang, Outlaws. I mean, is there any good talking points behind this one? It's Outlaws has dropped a map to them, so it's I think that's. I mean, I guess it just goes back to everything we've talked about Outlaws this week. Just as a team, they just have moments where they're just messy. They just. I mean, I don't like to talk bad about them because I really like them as a team, but.
I think that despite that, I think Rich Gang's sort of in a position at the moment where, I just get the feeling they're a bit demoralized at the moment. Things are just a bit messy for them, and so despite Outlaws' consistency issues, I think they can easily 2-0 this.
Yeah, they have really, really good mechanics, Rich Gang. Fesh is a pretty amazing player, so it's they can be really good, they just don't push themselves to be. So that's where I think they would fall. If anything gets a bit too team orientated, Outlaws could pull it out, but who knows?
They're all.
I wouldn't bet on that series.
I guess you could say at the end of the day, it's the same thing. It's one thing I've always talked about is that Rich Gang are a team of talented individuals playing a team game. So when it comes down to doing the 3%ers, the Fesh with the Greymane getting 2 or 3 kills in a fight or anything of that sort of nature, they do really well. But like you said, the minute they do a team-orientated situation, Outlaws should win. But Outlaws, they have their moments, and I'd love to one night to be on comms. It's what's happening during those moments?
Because if they're playing the map, Rich Gang will probably just get ran around and they'd be unorganized. But if it just goes Fiesta-y, beat late game, you just team fighting on team fighting on team fighting, they can bust out their mechanics, and that's where it shines. So,
touch me being a bit quiet there, a bit relaxed.
Just chilling.
What gems of wisdom do you have for this match?
To be honest, I don't know. Rich Gang and Rich Gang's a good team. I'm surprised they made it that far. They have roster changes. It's not throwing shade, but Kotori played one time, and then Finger played one time, etc., etc. But I don't know. I think Outlaws will.
Think Outlaws?
Yeah. I think Outlaws will.
Yeah. I have my money on Outlaws.
$5, or we're going to go up it to $10 this time?
$1.50.
What?
$1.50.
$1.50.
Oh.
All right, fair enough.
That's our games, Disco.
Yeah, so that's in agreement. So it's going to be an interesting week this week because there's a lot of, I don't know, I feel, even though we've all kind of said that there are massive, the game's kind of say 50% of one side and then 50% are just in the dirt kind of thing. I think this is going to be another big week for all the teams in terms of really situating themselves in the league. You know, this is the week that Outlaws proves that they are a third position team and that they deserve to be considered in the top 3. Or this is a week that's Downfall, or this is a week that Quick Match can say we are the best amateur team this season in the Premier League.
Yeah, because you're going into the second half of the season, like it's... If you're not showing up, you're not going to show up. You know what I mean? Time's up. So it's like, they got to do it.
You had your chance.
Yeah.
Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's it for all the matches this week. We are extremely over time as per normal. The show's meant to go for an hour, but we're at an hour 30 or hour 20. I think it's just an hour and 30 minute show. I think that's what we have to confess to.
We'll have to just do it a bit longer, yeah.
It's I mean that's it. We're just going forward. But guys, look, thank you all very much. I'll go big. Why am I talking so small when I say this? Look, guys, thank you all very much for coming on the show. Ether, Touch Me, and Old Tivian, and of course Blank. You guys have been fantastic. We'll do a round of goodbyes, Old Tivian. If you thank you very much for coming on the show. Any final statements about anything before you depart?
Not majorly. I don't think I have any fans to thank, but if anyone likes me, I appreciate it.
Throw us some big vapes.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone does like me, I appreciate it. I don't try and be mean. I know I'm not the friendliest of person, but I mean, if you have any questions, I'll answer. So, yeah, thanks for watching, if you're here for me.
Good luck on all your games this week. Some pretty big games. Ether, thank you very much for coming on the show. You've been fantastic. We're going to have to do this again, and I think I've got the overlays figured out for next time, so there's going to be no hiccups. Where can people get in contact with you if they want to talk about your work on ANZ Heroes, your work generally? Ether, where can we talk to you?
Well, you can find me on twitter.com/etherhots, and that's Ether with a Y. And I am also trying to stream more on Twitch, and that is twitch.tv/ether_. And yeah, that's about it. You can find my articles on the ANZ Heroes website. And I'm always looking for feedback on anything, so be as toxic as you want. Tell me how I can improve, because that's the only way I can. But yeah, thank you so much.
Just call her the worst player in ANZ.
I mean, it's probably
the tank
accurate.
flamer.
Penta's worst enemy.
Yeah.
Are you in Melbourne, by the way?
I'm in Canberra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So me and Disco in Perth will hang out.
I'm not even in Perth. I'm in the freaking desert of WA desert.
Yeah, you're way north and I'm way south.
One day, Altivian.
Gerald.
Next RFLAN or something.
Geraldton. Just tell everyone where I live, Blank. Thanks, mate. Thanks.
We all know where you live.
Just come to my house, guys. I've got a
times.
couch. You can always sleep on the couch if you want. Geraldton, WA. Touch Me, mate. Thanks very much for coming on the show. Mprox, this could be your week. Fingers crossed for you guys. But where can people get in contact if they want to talk to the chilled, relaxed, docile tones of Touch Me and Team Mprox?
Just on Twitter. Wait, I can't remember my Twitter name. It is Touch Me ANZ. Just contact me there. Or send me an email.
Are you in?
Also, yeah, I'm in Melbourne. Anyone in Melbourne, come hang out with me.
Yeah, anyone in Melbourne, just swipe right whenever you see Touch Me on Twitter. On Tinder.
On Twitter, swipe wipe on Twitter.
Swipe right on Twitter.
And they call me.
Yeah, and also, I like to talk about the new hero. It's kind of OP.
Oh, you'd like to talk about the new hero quickly? Disco?
Yeah, I don't like.
No, we're already halfway through the goodbyes.
That's all right. We can quickly have it's only just you and me left to say goodbye to anyway.
Oh God,
let's quickly sidetrack. Come on,
no, Coffee needs to go to bed.
We're over time anyway.
We'll do a special. Edition
next time.
A special edition.
Maybe this could be a good time for Asura to do an interview about it. Maybe.
Yeah.
I could
do that.
Interview Disco on his thoughts, because we are all keen to hear his thoughts on Phoenix.
Oh my gosh, yes. We haven't heard an interview with Disco, have we?
No, you have not.
Because I'm the one that's interviewing everyone. You sucker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's why.
The
Who's gonna
interviewer
interview
becomes the
you now?
interviewee.
Have you ever tried to interview yourself? Kind of like it's a bit weird.
Interview
By the way,
Who's
myself.
going to interview you?
I forgot to do some.
Oh yeah, can also give a shout out to Stop God for amazing graphic designer she is.
Yeah.
If you have any commissions, send her way. She'll good job. All your money back guarantee. You heard it first.
What you can
Money
send?
back guarantee.
You send Stump God the money, and if you don't like it, you will send the money back.
Yeah. Send more money.
Oh,
and,
shit.
Oh, anyway,
you'll
Blank,
go better.
Blank, thanks for coming on the show. Amazing co-host.
No problem.
Where can we get in contact with you? Are you going to be streaming tonight, you bum?
I am 4 minutes away from going live, Disco.
That's good. That's good. We got 4 minutes of time to
Yes.
kill.
Cool, so we can stall for another 4 minutes, easy. Twitch TV/blankhots, so you can see me in 4 minutes. Twitter.com/blankhots, Facebook.com/blankhots_ANZ. Do have a YouTube channel, but because I haven't got any subs at the moment to that YouTube channel, I can't make a custom URL, so it's just a long list of like numbers and letters, and it looks like garbage. So please find me on YouTube and sub.
Can I
Disco,
do
what about
One
yourself?
last thing, Disco. Oh.
I'll go,
Aw,
Tivian.
we got to say goodbye to Disco, but that's fine. Altivian, you
I
cut
was
into
just gonna
Disco's
say-
goodbye time.
Yeah, I forgot to do mine. Twitter.com/Altivian. Follow, and then Twitter.com/CrimsonGamingGG. Follow as well.
Yay!
Forgot that.
Not Crimson Esports?
I'll get reamed about forgetting that later.
Not Crimson Esports.
Nah, Crimson Gaming.
I have to admit, I followed Crimson Esports for a while, and then I was terribly
And then was like,
mistaken.
they're not posting anything like that.
See, yeah. These guys, this is strange. Strider's amazing on the social media. What's going on?
There's nothing here.
Oh,
But yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
No, that's all right. That's all right. One day I'll have a proper credits reel where everyone that comes on the show will get shouted out and loved for properly. Alright, guys, that's it for the show. Thanks very much for sticking around. I have been Disconcur, lovely person. I stream, I play HOTS, I do this show.
Dad concur.
Dad concur. I do commentating for the HGCANZ Premier League and Open Div. Check me out, guys. You're already on the channel. Throw us a cheeky follow if you'd like. But thank you all so much for watching the show. The show could not be done without the contributions from the viewers, such as yourself. Guys, tune in next week. It's going to be an interesting show of Heroes Untapped because we don't have games next week. Because next week is the mid-season break, unless I've got the weeks wrong. It's this mid-season break. So Heroes Untapped will be on, but what are we going to do? I don't know. It might be a night of banter and fun. That's what I'm thinking. It's going to be a lot of quite enjoyable.
But is the break only 1 week?
It's only 1 week. It's a single
It's
week.
only 1 week.
I didn't even know there was a break. No.
Terrible, man. How did you... No, but there is a break on next week. Again, unless I'm wrong. God, I always get things wrong all the time, unless I'm wrong. But guys, also, this Thursday is going to be a very, very special event happening on this channel. Tune in. It's going to happen directly after the HGC. Title is still in progress, so it will be announced on Thursday. But we're going to be doing a after-party show for the HGC Premier League every Tuesday and Thursday, starting this Thursday. We're going to give you highlights of the night, the current up-to-date scores and ladder, and we're going to get on a player fresh from a game to talk about his experiences and the matches he just witnessed. That's coming this Thursday, directly after HGC on this channel. Look forward to that. It's going to be massive, or it's going to
That'd
be...
be cool.
Or it's going to be tragic. I don't know. I don't know.
Nah, I think the player after a game is a really cool idea. I like how HGC do that, like in EU and stuff.
Well, we don't do it in the ANZ region, but don't worry, team. Daddy
Not
Disco
yet.
is stepping up to the plate. Blank Hots as well will be featuring again, so it's going to be good. It's going to be good. You get Heroes Untapped, you get the lobby, you get the after show, and then we have to shout out Good Call, Bad Call on Sundays as well. Guys, if you don't know what's happening in the ANZ region, you haven't got your head screwed on. Because there's enough to know what's happening. Anyway, guys, that's it. Thank you all very much. You've all been fantastic. We're going to end card it right now, but don't go anywhere. We're going to throw you a raid and a host over to Blank Hots to check out his shenanigans of the week. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Until next time. Thanks very much, guys, for watching Heroes Untapped tonight. I just want to say another big thank you to everyone. This show could not be done without the contributions and efforts of the community. You guys uplift us so we can uplift you. Don't forget the Blizzard ANZ Heroes League is happening again this Tuesday and this Thursday. That's the HGC ANZ Premier League. So guys, please tune and check that. That is at 8 PM ADT on twitch.tv/Blizzard_ANZ. That's both Tuesdays and Thursdays. Also, Wednesday night is the Open Div Night. Guys, please check that out. They are the amateur teams of our scene, but they are here for business. Those guys are great. It's always a fun night. Go check them out. And we will be going shortly over to Blank Stream. Thank you all very much for watching. You guys have been great. And always, we will see you in the Nexus.